the time that the coup came, but on the 10th of September, 9th of September, sorry, things are starting to happen. And the Navy, we could see troops, movement of troops everywhere. They were calling to them to stay in their regiment or in their places. And by the 11th, this starts about 7 o'clock in the morning. I was in the city center in front of the palace. I have gone to an office to claim for... There was a lot of poverty in that place where we live, so I have gone there to ask for better condition, water, electricity, a lot of things like this, and then I was tangled up in this. So I came home, in the way home, it's like a film. Coming out, running, hiding behind doors, and people falling dead, others bleeding, the police firing, military police firing to everything that moves. I just ran, and looking back, I mean, you don't know if you are flying, you are walking, you are in this world, you are not. It's a horrible sensation. The smell of powder, the smell of the blood, the screaming, people crying, and a lot of people on the street bleeding, until I got to my house. We started to realize that things were going to be bad about a month or two afterward, you know, that people start to disappear, the raids continue, and the shooting at night and day. No milk, no nothing. We had to queue for a kilo of bread for a family of 6 or 7. Then I think people start to realize, well, this is going big. And everybody was saying, my brother has disappeared, my friend, and we don't know where it is. So I was looking for my teacher, the doctor who was my teacher when I was studying for a nurse. First, I wanted to study for a doctor, but I had to be a nurse first. And nobody found him, so I went to the mortuary. That was something worse than anything I could expect. There were bodies, arms, legs, limbs, another corner with heads, men, women, children. You couldn't walk without making a space to step and looking at them. And then there was a top part, glass, and then you could see the bodies in there as well. Blood everywhere, and the smell, of course. And a lot of people crying and trying to see. There was a lot of one there. I couldn't see him, and I couldn't see everything either. So I came out. But then later on we knew that he was killed in the National Stadium, where a lot of people went, together with Victor Jara. But then people start to go away, to run away out of the country. We said no, we stay here. This is our country, we have to defend it. But when they touch your children, when they threaten you with your children, it's a different thing. Somebody started to mark our house with a cross, which in those times was to say that these were communists or, you know, against the government. In this case, they were right. Everybody knew me because of my political views and the Communist Party. at the time. I was an MP by this time, so I couldn't deny it. So all of a sudden we have to leave. Somebody came and said he was a policeman. He said, Amada, they're looking for you. I said, for what? What have I done? Somebody had denounced me, especially saying that I was selling drugs. That was my auntie, my mom's sister. She was saying that I was a communist, that I wasn't hiding, blah, blah. But then this other man who was on the right wing, very much on the right wing, he owed me nothing. I owe him nothing. But there was a kind of friendship, you know, being on the opposite sides. There was a kind of friendship, and he came because of the same thing. And I thought, well, I better believe it. But that was about 6 o'clock night. And I said to Fernando, well, I think we should take this seriously. So my husband took 2 of the children to his mom. Far away, he didn't have much time because the curfew was at 7:30, nearly 8. You still could go. And then I hid with my mom took the other one to my brother's in a different location of the city, and I didn't have anywhere to go, so I stood with my dog and my baby. And Fernando came right at 8 o'clock. The military, they were already in our house, and we had to pass through there. And they detained us because it was curfew time. I had my baby in my arm, and the dog started to bark and scratch the car. So the military came out and said, where do you think you're going? And the driver, whether he knew, he said, I don't know. Fernando told him, I don't know. But he said, well, this is my sister. I'm taking her to my mom because with the rain, because there was a lot of rain. And by this time, they were throwing out things, our business, Fernando's hairdresser salon. They were throwing things out, looking for papers, which we already have destroyed, books and things. That's how our life started to change.